Hey guys, I am currently dying, and this is probably the worst time to be recording this because my mom is literally downstairs having her own little praise and worship service. But I'm recording it anyways. But if you hear some background noises, that's all that is. I'm not losing my voice. My throat just hurts a lot, so I can't talk that loud. And I'm eating. But I really wanted to record this before the new year, and I probably won't have time for it tomorrow. This is kind of a mukbang, a little bit. Mukbang. So as I said, I'm eating these super spicy, cheesy, good noodles. So if you're wondering what a breath is, not like that, no. A breath is the first 12 pieces that you do in AP Art, because you're gonna submit like your portfolio at the end of the year, but it's the pieces that you do during the first semester. Currently there's 12, but I heard that next year they are decreasing the amount of pieces that you have to have in total. So right now it's 24, but I think next year it's gonna be 15. Not sure if that's correct, but I do know that they are reducing the size, which thanks for waiting a year after I graduate. Appreciate it. So your breath are kind of like assignments that your teacher gives you, and they're pretty vague, but like you're still an assignment and you have to like do them. And they're the first 12 pieces, blah, blah, blah. But the second semester you have your concentration, where you don't get assignments at all. It's just what you want to do, and there has to be like a focus. And your breath is supposed to like help you pick out what your focus is gonna be, help you find your favorite medium and all that jazz. Now, 2 disclaimers. First of all, my summer assignments, I have them and I redid them, and they're kind of both bad. Like both times they just aren't good. So I'm gonna be showing you both. Yes. Okay. So anyway, I don't really know why I'm making this video. I guess to show you guys my progress of this semester. My favorite piece, I don't have it with me, it's at school. Now we're gonna start. So I will start with the summer assignments. So this is my least favorite one. Not great, honestly. Like, it was supposed to be somebody looking down at something on a table, and obviously I did that, but I used watercolor. This isn't watercolor paper, obviously. It's not very well done. The shading isn't very deep. Like, it's okay, the shading is, but everything else is kind of crap except for the flower, which is also okay. Like, it's not good, it's just okay. I will say, some people didn't even have their summer assignments. Like, these are the ones I turned in for a grade, and then like later in the semester I redid them. So yeah, so this is the revised version of it, fully in color. Again, still not good. First of all, I used Copics, and not Copics, I used Ohuhu markers, except for the face. I did use Copics for the face and the hair, but I used markers. Probably shouldn't have done that for the background. For everything else it's like okay, honestly, but honestly in the background, honestly in the background I should have painted or done like literally anything else. Sorry that my nails look so crappy, because it looks so streaky and gross. I will say I like this one way better than this one, but everybody else seems to disagree with me, and I don't know why. So maybe I will redo this one again, because honestly both times it's like not good. So this is the first time I did this summer assignment. It was supposed to be a worm's eye view, and I took a picture of my friend like looking up, and she's like doing this pose basically. There are obviously some things I don't love about it. I think the sky is like poorly blended, but it also looks kind of stylistic, so okay. It's just there's nothing great about it, and there's nothing horrible about it either. So this is the revised version. I really like this, honestly. Like, I wish I would have gone a little bit deeper with the paint. I'm sorry, with her skin. I probably will, but as you can see, I mostly just use the primary colors for her skin. And is that the right word? Yeah, there's some purple in there, but it's mostly just primary. And then for the sky, maybe you can't tell, but I did like yellow and orange. And okay, there's some choices I made with this I'm not exactly happy about, but all in all, I think this looks pretty dope, not gonna lie. There's just some things that I wish I could have done better, but I don't have a big problem with this. And same thing, literally same thing with this one. Like, that's the thing about this piece, is both times I feel like I could have done better, but I don't have an issue. You know what I mean? Now the rest of the stuff, I am trying to keep it chronologically in order, but honestly, I'm not exactly sure of the order we did everything in. So this is basically in order, but a few things might be wrong. So if you're in my AP art class, don't come for me. First, I'm going to talk about this one. This is the very first piece that we did, and it was supposed to be foreshortening, and as you can tell, it is foreshortening. Now this is my first time ever doing foreshortening, and I don't think I did a horrible job of it, honestly. The hand is not the best hand ever, but I can't draw hands, so honestly, it was not half bad for me. I did accidentally paint out a finger, but I don't think you can tell unless I point it out, and then you're like, oh, whoa, she's missing a finger, and I'm just like, yeah, it'd be like that. Other than that, the only problem that me and my teacher have with it is the face, because as you can tell, this is a very anime face. And when I told my friends about this problem, especially my friends that like love anime, they were like, oh, that's so stupid, like that's such a bad stereotype that like anime art isn't real art. But that's not even the problem. She said herself, she was like, I don't have a problem with anime art, I really like it. She's like, just in the art field, it's not as respected and all this other stuff. You know, I completely understand that. First of all, I'm not doing this stuff for my own vanity. I'm doing it to be judged, and if I'm not meeting the criteria of the people that are judging me, then that's on me, baby. And honestly, I don't even want to have an anime style. I want to do cartoon realism or just cartoonism, but anime is not really the type of drawing that I want to do, although it is how I started off, and I don't have a problem with anime. I love anime, obviously. It's just not what I want to do, you know? So yeah, there's that one. And this is my personal second favorite. Like I said, my favorite is at school, but this one is a piece that we were supposed to use a medical document, and I found this medical and like make a art piece based off of it, and I found this like study that experiment that these guys did where they used LSD to treat anxiety. I'm not really sure how it worked out for them, but anyways, like how it worked out for the patient, but this is what came out of that little piece of inspiration. I love this so much. The layering of like all the different things going on, and it just looks so clean and nice. You can see there's the LSD on her tongue, and I love this so much. Coloring this stressed me out so much, but all in all, it was worth it, and I absolutely love how it came out. This one is a still life. She had some like keys and some like metal birds and stuff. Honestly, this isn't great, but it's not that bad either. It's kind of like that one summer assignment where I was like, I don't have a problem with it, it's just not great. And now, honestly, like it looks kind of dope, and the bird isn't half bad. It just doesn't really look exactly like the bird that I was drawing, but you don't know that, okay? And I don't have a problem with it, per se. I'm gonna eat some more noodles. There's this piece. We were supposed to draw something using hyperbolic proportions. I chose to do a Mobius strip. If you don't know what that is, the way I explain it, it's probably wrong, but it's like a 3D infinity sign. And I did a Mobius strip made out of hair. And I like how this looks, don't get me wrong. I did not enjoy doing it though. I like drawing people. I like drawing scenes. This is just not it for me. My teacher, however, this is her favorite piece of mine. And I guess it is well executed and it looks kind of cool. And I was telling my mom that I don't even like this piece that much. She was like, yeah, well, like when you're famous, which I'm not gonna be, but when you are. She was like, you could say, oh, this is kind of like metaphorical for how I have an endless amount of hair. And honestly, that is kind of what this was like based off of, the fact that like I feel like I'm always doing my hair. But that's not the main thing. I just wanted to get the assignment done in a way that I didn't hate doing it, because everything else sounded literally so boring. Because we were supposed to do hyperbolic proportions on mundane objects, and people were drawing like forks and things, and like don't get me wrong, like it looked cool and I like looking at it, I just didn't want to do it. So this was my little thing that I did so that I didn't kill myself. Okay, next. This is an animal morphing into something. This is an axolotl morphing into a coral reef. That is what I was trying to say. I love axolotls, and this is just so cute. And I also had the most fun painting this. Like, I think you could just tell how much fun I had painting this. Like, it's so lively and fun, and this isn't even the normal thing that I would paint because like I don't really do animals that well, but this is just so cute. And honestly, I have a whole little, let me show you, give me a second. I love drawing axolotls so much, so there's this whole page in my sketchbook that used to be just axolotls on it. Like, it was just these 3 axolotls, and now there's like some figures, but come on, the axolotls are the most important part. Just look how cute they are. They're so derpy and stupid looking, but they're so cute. Okay, next is this one, my Apollo piece. This is kind of like, well, I'll talk about that later. This is my Apollo piece, the sketch. Let me show you guys the sketch because the sketch is so nice. Okay, this is the original sketch for the piece. And I think, well, just the figure anyways, or the bust. I think this looks so nice. Like, if you look at it, it looks really nice. And then here's just me like plotting everything out. I was having a really tough time because I did this with acrylics, and I like don't really use acrylics. It was my first time really like going into acrylics and doing a whole piece with them, and I don't think I did too bad actually, because I know that going into looking at this, that like the background literally looks so great. Like, I love it, although I wish I did a little bit better with the little village going on down there, but I think the background just looks great. Him on the other hand, look, as I said, this was my first time using acrylics, and I knew that they were opaque going into this. But when I did my first layer of paint, you know, I couldn't see the outline anymore, so I just kind of had to figure it out. So I'm not really sure how to fix that problem. I guess you do like small pieces at a time, which I did not do. I just kind of went in. So I will be redoing this one, probably not with acrylics. Okay, moving on. Another still life, we were supposed to do plants or botanicals, and I bought some plants. And literally just bought some plants and drew them because I don't really love drawing plants. I think it's kind of boring and played out. But I bought some succulents so that I could feel a little bit more attached to it and not dread doing it. And did this, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I definitely focus more, rather than on drawing the plants, I focus more on, these are succulents, by the way. I don't know if I said that. But I focus more on the painting aspect of it because this was my first time really like using watercolor, and well, not my first time. This one and this one were my two where I was kind of like, for this one I was using watercolor as it was purposed to do, and kind of like trying to use like the best things about watercolor, and it turned out great. And then for this one, I was doing the same thing but with gouache, and I think that turned out great too, because I kind of always used watercolor and gouache interchangeably, but you know what? They're not the same. They're really not. So I was trying to use the different like benefits of both in those two and trying to really see like what I could do with them. And I think I like gouache a lot better, not going to lie, but I had more fun coloring the other one, but that's just because of the subject matter. These plants are dead now. I really tried to keep them alive, but first of all, I got the wrong bowl. And second of all, I kept forgetting to water them because I didn't know they needed that much water. They're succulents. They're not supposed to need that much water, but whatever, they died and they're dead now, and RIP. Now, this last piece is not, come and see, finished. But it's finished enough to where I feel like showing it on here because, again, I just wanted to get this done before the new year so you could kind of see my progression throughout the year of my art. And this one is Hades and Persephone. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think I am, but I kind of feel like I'm not, so we'll see. But this is Hades and Persephone in the underworld. And I'm just gonna show you guys. So here we go. Honestly, I think it's kind of dope, not gonna lie, and I hate using that word. Here's like the little river of souls or whatever. Some hands clawing onto her dress, and like as you can see, like the stuff, like the gunk is getting onto her dress, but she doesn't even care. She's just focused on Hades. I can speak. And then there's a little like gate in the background. And it's not white actually, it's kind of like grayish. So I really like it, honestly. I really do. And I'm not done with it, as I said, but. So now, based off of all of that jazz, I'm going to talk about my concentration just a little bit. So school starts again in about a week from now, a little bit more, but about a week from now. And that's when I'm gonna start working on my concentration. And you may be thinking, what is your concentration? Or maybe you're my friend and you already know. Or maybe you can see these and you can kind of tell already. But what my concentration is going to be is I'm going to be focusing on different gods or like different mythologies from different cultures. I was always really interested about Greek mythology, and when we read the Odyssey in 9th grade, I was super like, this is so cool, I love this. But as I was talking to my teacher, we were trying to figure out like what my concentration was going to be. She had to sit down with all of her students, and I kind of got the idea that, hey, like Greek mythology is not the only thing out there. I don't feel like our American education system even talks about, you know, Greek people aren't American, but I feel like we know so much about Greek mythology rather than knowing about, you know, different African mythologies like Egyptian mythology. I only know a little bit because I'm a Christian, and so in the Bible it mentions some of the different like gods, and you know, we just don't really learn about these things. They're kind of mentioned. Like we learn about Aztecs, they're kind of like, oh, they had gods that they sacrificed to, but you don't really like get in depth, not the way that you do with Greek mythology. So although I will have like maybe 1 or 2 Greek mythology gods and goddesses in my concentration, I'm mostly going to be focusing on other cultures. And I just think it's going to be so much fun for me to learn about these different cultures and to really dive in. I feel like art is such a big part of my life, especially because I want to go into animation when I get older. But I don't feel like I focus on it enough on my channel. I feel like if you've never even like met me and you watch my channel, you wouldn't even know that I painted or that I was into art at all, or that I wanted to be an animator, besides me like mentioning it sometimes. So I think I am going to try to incorporate my art more and more in my videos. The only like art related video I made was the one of my sketchbook all that time ago, and you know, it's a good video and I wish I had more videos like it. So I am going to start focusing on my art on my channel just a little bit more. I will keep shooting out bangers with the vlogs and the hauls, but I do want to make it known that this is what I do, this is what I love, and that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and leave a dislike if you didn't. If you like my face, go ahead and subscribe. And if you didn't like my face, go ahead and subscribe anyway, so that every time I upload a video, you can see my face and feel better because it's not your face. I will say that if you have any helpful critiques for my art, and you know, you don't see me in real life, because you guys can just tell me. If you do have any critiques for my art, please let me know in the comments. I don't usually ask for you to comment anything specific, and usually when I do, it's like a joke, but this time I'd actually really like to know. And that's about it. So thank you so much for watching again, and I love you, and bye.